Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of this Thursday afternoon here at MadWorldTarot. And I have the Venetian Tarot on the tarot table for this one. It's a little tarot deck that I got off Etsy quite a long time ago. I can't shop at Etsy anymore because our postal system here in South Africa has pretty much collapsed. So if I buy something on Etsy, it will never arrive. Very sad, because there are some wonderful tarot decks there, I know. Anyway, so Venetian Tarot we have out for this. It's a bit of a I want to say it's not conspiratorial, but it's a bit Machiavellian as tarot decks go. The Venetian Tarot, it's good for telling stories about what is really going on in schemes. And there is a scheme underway, allegedly, according to Matthew Foldy, royal commentator. Apparently he was writing in the Telegraph, and he has brought the story to light that allegedly Prince Harry is buying out toxic media. He is going in with a group of 21 other donors. They are called donors, who have pledged between them $500 million to support failing newsrooms. I assume those failing newsrooms are in the US. And how they're going to support these failing newsrooms seems to be by buying up local newspapers. Interesting, isn't it? Harry, who has a rather fraught relationship with the press, now buying up newspapers. Very interesting. And he's accused as being rather hypocritical in this article by Matthew Foldy, given that Pierre Omidyar is part of this consortium, and he is the billionaire founder of eBay. And he, again, according to Mr. Foldy, has a track record, and I'm quoting, of supporting censorious non-profits. Those are harsh words indeed for somebody who has, as I say, a fraught relationship with the press, does not seem particularly interested in press freedom. That would be Prince Harry. So what is going on? What is Harry up to? And also, how much is he contributing? Because we believe that finances are rather stretched in Montecito currently. And I did some basic maths. I divided 500 million US dollars by 22, and I got to 22 million each. And interesting. I don't think he's got $22 million to spare. To contribute to the cause of buying up local newspapers in the name of supporting failing newsrooms. And I think suppressing fake news. I think that's part of this, but I'm making that up. And let's remind you as I shuffle the Venetian Tarot that this is just tarot for fun and entertainment. It is all speculation. It is all my opinion. I read energy here, archetypal energy, because I deal with the royal family, just the archetypal family, and we can learn from archetypes, of course, as Meghan Markle herself did try to teach us on Spotify. And there is a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it. Please form your own opinions, do your own research, and reach your own conclusions. I'm going to do a Celtic cross with these little cards. I'm going to read from Prince Harry's point of view. What is he up to? How does he view the press? What are his true intentions when it comes to the press? Why is he doing this? What prompted him to do it? What's going to be happening next? And very importantly, for me personally, I'm fascinated. Is he going to be contributing an equal share? How much money is he actually contributing to the cause? Apparently this Omidyar character, Pierre Omidyar, blows hot and cold, comes up with new schemes every so often, and then loses interest in them. That is based on 5 minutes of Googling, and I'm seeing what articles came up on him first. So I'm just telling you what a very quick Google told me about him. Allegedly. Cards still needing to be warmed up. I think, okay. All right, we got them. So let's see. Celtic cross coming up. looking at the story, the press gang, as I'm calling them, who possibly are more interested in gagging the press than in supporting failing newsrooms. But we'll have a look and see in due course. The benefit of these mini tarot decks is I can do a Celtic cross and actually fit the Celtic cross in quite well on the tarot table with this current camera angle. That means that you can see the cards in the right way. It would be much easier if you looked at them sideways, which I used to do a long time ago, but that wasn't such a popular thing. Ten of Cups is our underlying energy. And the Ten of Cups is happy ever after energy. It's a family card, the Ten of Cups. And we know that the press, according to Prince Harry, the toxic press, the toxic media has caused trouble in a family, caused trouble in the royal family, according to Harry. People have gone to the press, again according to Harry, and told tales about him and Meghan Markle. And we suspect that that's why an apology has been demanded, which has not been forthcoming and apparently will never be forthcoming. But it's interesting that we have the happy family here, and I think it is very much the Harry and Meghan happy family. Their mother, father, 2 children, all with their backs to us, as we know that they do like to be photographed with their backs to the adoring crowd. And I think it is about them. It is about this mythical family unit, because the Ten of Cups in tarot is always a bit too much, over-egged. It's not really like that. No family is really that perfect, that in love with each other. The parents and the children are never that brilliant, that their first word would be crocodile or waffle maker or whatever it was. So it's a little bit too much, as the press tended to expose. Situation from Harry's point of view, you've got the Chariot in reverse. He wants to stop something. Chariot is forward motion. It's very dynamic forward motion. It's very powerful forward motion. The Chariot is a very powerful card. It's also a William card, but we're not going to drag William into this, I don't think. It's just about drive and focus and purpose, the Chariot. And when it's in reverse, it's been stopped. That momentum, that energy has been stopped. So he really, really, really wants to stop the press. So this idea of, what's it again? Supporting failing newsrooms. No, not according to my card, and not according to the energy that is sitting here in this Chariot in reverse. Wanting to block the road, stop the Chariot. What is the crossing energy? What's the problem with the press as far as he is concerned? What goes on? Got the Wheel of Fortune. It's about being at the mercy of someone else's whims with the Wheel of Fortune, at the mercy of fate usually, and the tricks of fate. Fortune can easily become misfortune with the wheel, but it's the ups and downs. And with the ups and downs, as I say, you're never in control. You never know what's coming. He was, of course, the darling of the press for a long time, allegedly because he liked to hang out with the reporters and have drinks with them and tell tales out of school about the rest of the royals. That is the rumour. Of course, just a rumour. And then when that was shut down, that supply was shut down, then he was no longer the darling of the press, and they turned on him. That again is people speculating about how Harry's relationship with the press, which was very good for a long time, apart from moments like the Vegas debacle and the Nazi uniform debacle, but generally a positive relationship, and then it went sour. And that's the Wheel of Fortune. You're at the mercy of someone else, can't control it. You're up 1 minute and you're down the next, and he does not like it. So what's his true intention in doing this, signing up with all these billionaires as they are described in this article, and buying up these local newspapers. What's his true motive for doing this? Hidden energy, the Emperor. There it is. He wants to take charge of the situation. That is literally what the Emperor does. I've been talking with the Wheel of Fortune about how he doesn't like being at the mercy of these press barons, and he wants to reassert his authority. That's a very powerful card, the Emperor. He does come across with this energy sometimes of a sense of a king from the days of divine right, when the kings ruled and everyone else had to cower and wonder if they were going off to the tower or the star chamber or whatever terrible things were going to happen to them. It's that kind of energy with the Emperor. It's a very entitled, it's a very bossy, it's very determined to be in charge and to have their way. It's quite egotistical, the Emperor card. Even when it's upright, it's very egotistical when it's in reverse. This is somebody who wants to control the situation. And so what's his focus? What's his goal? This is what's going on in his hidden, in his heart of hearts, what he's really up to. So what is his goal here? And we have got the Six of Swords in reverse. It's his focus. His mind is on the fact that he has not been able to leave his troubles behind him with that Six of Swords in reverse. He thought, and I'm sure he was told, that by leaving the UK and the dreadful British tabloids, he would be leaving that toxic mess behind, and he could go to America where there weren't any tabloids and live a life free from press intrusion and criticism and comment and those pesky backward paparazzi popping up at unfortunate moments. And it didn't turn out like that, did it? It turned out quite differently, and it turned out that he actually has been forced in some cases to pose for those pesky paparazzi and collaborate, cooperate, be complicit in those allegedly staged opportunities, photo opportunities. So yeah, a sea of troubles, basically, for Prince Harry. What has led to this crisis with the press and this need to spend $500 million and conflict? Five of Wands, fighting, stress, a lot of hostility in that card. It's always a competition card, so people trying to get stories, trying to outdo each other with bigger and better stories, grab headlines. There's been a lot of fighting for attention, and he seems to think that that is what the royals do, that they all compete for headlines, who gets the front page, who gets the most ink on any particular day. He seems to believe that. He seems to think that everybody briefs against everybody else in the royal family and they all compete directly with each other. And perhaps they do to a certain level, but it certainly has become much more noticeable since he married, and more than that we shall not say right now. Let's see what's going to happen next with this story. Where's it going? What are we going to hear about? What's going to happen? Ooh, we got the Magician in reverse. Trickster energy when the Magician is in reverse. That is somebody who's hidden behind the scenes pulling puppet strings. The puppet master, the Wizard of Oz kind of energy. Who's behind the green curtain? It's the Magician in reverse. That is not a good energy if you're a believer in human rights, in the freedom of the press, freedom of expression, and all of those things. Because the Magician in reverse is somebody who controls without people being aware that they are being controlled. And this is what people fear with this story, and this is what Matthew Foldy was referring to in his article, that somebody who believes that media is toxic is now buying up newspapers. And with what intention? The intention is, according to these cards and the energy that I'm reading, to take control of the narrative behind the scenes so that people aren't aware of what is going on And there have been small incidents of this just on social media. Certain very popular, for example, old style Twitter accounts have suddenly changed their tune and become quite different in their focus and their perspective. And same thing could be going to happen here in the near future, because this is the near future. Money card here. How much has Prince Harry contributed to the cause? Has he stumped up himself? Judgment. That's not a money card. But it tells me an interesting story, and this is a very good storytelling tarot deck. It tells me he could be waiting for the judgment in his court cases against the press, that he perhaps has promised to this group of billionaires that whatever he gets from those court cases will go towards this cause. Very interesting. Judgment, you wait for judgment, and then when it comes, you're free to do whatever, or you're sent down to the hot place, or you can float around on a cloud or whatever. But tells me, that's how I read this card, that it's a waiting game. When I get my £1 damages from the courts, I will be contributing that £1 to the cause. I'm being snarky, of course, but £1 damages was what Meghan Markle got in her case against the Mail Group. So interesting. We're heading back into court case territory in the next few months. So let's see what pressure Harry is under with the story. That is the Page of Wands, and that Knave, the Page of Wands, is about PR, is about stories. Literally, pages are all about communication, and he wants again to have positive press, positive stories. And at the moment, it doesn't feel like he's getting positive press. So this is what he wants. That's the pressure that he's under, is to have positive stories come out about himself instead of all the negative stuff that has been coming out. He does not seem to realize that a lot of the negative stuff that is being reported is due to his own behavior, or his own attitude, his own hostility, and his own toxicity, and the way he has treated his family, dying elders in his family, his own brother, his father, his stepmother, his sister-in-law, the British press, the British public, all of that. But he doesn't seem able to realize that he too might be guilty of some misbehavior in this situation. He might also be to blame. That's a better word than misbehavior. So his hopes and fears with this story, with this investment, basically, we got the King of Pentacles in reverse. He is worried about this. He's worried that this is not going to go well. He's worried that he might not have the money. Interestingly, for me, that's what's coming through. King of Pentacles in reverse. This is a big investment that's expected of him, and he's worried that it might not work. Because the King of Pentacles is someone who's very powerful, a businessman, very successful, very stable, very reliable, has all the good things in life through hard work, diligence, clever investments, all that kind of stuff. In reverse, he's worried he's going to lose money on this deal. I don't know how much he's promised, possibly, with that Judgment card, but I'm sure it's more than £1. He's worried about this. He's worried also about his own reputation, because he views himself as the King of Pentacles. He is an earth sign, of course, and he's worried that this might go wrong and he will look foolish. He will look like a bully. The King of Pentacles in reverse is a very bullying energy. It's bossy, it's bullying, it sulks, it's difficult. He doesn't want to be seen like that. He's worried that he might be seen as hypocritical, as this Matthew Foley has written in this article. So he's concerned. It's big worry. that card. How's it going to go? What is going to be the outcome for Prince Harry of this latest endeavor with wrestling the press into a more compliant mode? He's been busy with that Aspen Institute. He's been busy with a group who've been criticizing Australian media. I don't know if it's media or social media or whatever it is, but it's something that he has got very involved and invested in. What's the outcome going to be for him? Is he going to reform the press? We get the Hierophant. So that certainly is a very, very powerful card. It follows the Magician in reverse. It's quite disturbing if you believe in press freedom, if you believe in transparency and knowing who actually owns the newspaper that you are reading, whether it's in your hand, on the subway, or online with your morning cup of coffee. But the Hierophant is about groups, organizations, institutions. So he's aligning himself with very powerful energy here with this card. It's masked energy, interestingly, the way it's depicted in this tarot deck. I was not going to use this tarot deck. I was going to use another one. And then this little one shouted and said, no, it's our turn. Bring us out. And it's interesting that there is a mask on that Hierophant, that you don't know what's going on. It's rather chilling. It has a rather chilling energy, this reading, as our freedoms get curbed by the second everywhere we look, by certain power groups, vested interests who aren't elected and don't necessarily represent the common man and woman and anyone who is not gender specific. Disturbing energy, that whatever he is up to and this group is up to, they're going to be very successful at what they do behind closed doors, and very powerful. Watch the space, I would say, while you can still watch the space and while you can still express your opinion in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this space, and I will see you again tomorrow.